What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville extra, honey. I just want to read the comments to see what the people think about this last episode with Melody going off on Marceau, honey. I just want to see, what the people thinking. Okay, is that okay? Okay. So I just want to see what the people is saying, honey. Okay, so one person says the best part of this episode is when Mel spilled that tea to Miss Nail on why Tisha has 85% ownership of the Scotts business. The Scotts are scam artists. They want the woman-owned business loans. Yep, they are. And she exposed it, honey. That's why I told y'all, Marceau and Tisha, they don't like people like Mel and Miss Nail that expose their bullshiggity, okay? They like to move in a very silent, covert, passive-aggressive, dismissive type of way, and they don't want anybody interfering with that, okay? Another person says, so if Marceau is giving Tisha that 85% for the government that Melody was talking about, I wonder if the same thing is going for Kimmy and Maurice with the business that they're in. I wonder if Kimmy is the 85% majority since she gave up nursing. She not doing nursing no more. Another person says, that is very strategic of the Scotts. I don't think it's a scam. Oh, child. Another person says, look where that got Mel with Martell, but she was smart enough to let everything go. What would Tisha do if she was to dissolve her marriage? Exactly. Another person says what Mel said made a lot of sense. How are you a 85% owner of a company but has no say? Make it make sense. Another person says exactly, a lot of companies use this tactic to get government contracts. Another person says, yes, Mel is finally making them work for their check. It's about time. Another person says, I love the Fletchers. They are the best additions to the show. Miss Nail is classy and drag Tisha with that soft preschool teacher voice. Yes. Another person says, so glad to have another break from Martell and his tomfoolery. Yeah, he hasn't been on like the past couple of episodes. He's on this new one though. I hope Carlos is taking notice that his presence is not needed on the show. Another person says the fact that Stormy kept calling Marceau a woman, then a lady, and then a bitch, that took me out. Yeah, and Tisha didn't say nothing. She a punk. Okay, I thought she said that, Stormy don't want to have no problems with her. Okay. Another person says, I really like Chris and Miss Nail. They are a great addition to the cast. And Kiki was sweating so bad when she was talking to her husband. Kiki, girl, get you a little portable fan, LOL. Another person says, Tisha was too defensive about the expo. Nobody was hating on her. Marceau is full of it. Mel was getting him together. Stormy was wrong, but I get why Stormy called him a woman. Stormy was real comfortable calling out Marceau because Marceau is comfortable getting in women's business. Just messy. Marceau stays looking at Mel as if she is a filet mignon. SMH. Ooh, child. Another person says, did you hear Marceau? Mel, why would you want my kids to grow up in a single parent home? I'm so glad when she gave it back to him. Yeah, they already growing up in a married single parent home, honey, okay? Another person says, Libra women will only tolerate so much. I knew this Libra woman that always talked about leaving her husband, and she never did. So I don't know about Libra, honey, okay? She's going to get tired of him making her look foolish. They're talking about Tisha and Marceau. Okay, another person says with methadone, you're basically substituting one habit for another. That's kind of what I'm thinking with Kiki too. I'm like, girl, get off that shit. She was trying to stay on it though, so I don't know. Another person says, I would say that they can say it as often as Tisha mentioned that Melody was trying to ruin her marriage, but never said why or how, in spite of the fact that Basically, Wanda and Tisha were the only ones who kept mentioning cheating every other episode. So let's say around 2 to 3 years, if not longer, she wanted the spotlight and she finally got it. Now, how you doing? Think they talking about Tisha. Another person says, I could be wrong, but it felt like Mel is helping Tisha to get ready to leave Marceau, and I'm not mad at it. Tisha ain't going nowhere. Mel got a die soul. Like, she just want me to divorce Marceau because she had to divorce Martell because he was cheating with a side chick. Like, these people need to learn to put some respect on my marriage. Another person says, Letitia is full of crap. She doesn't have a problem putting other people on the hot seat, grilling them, and trying to embarrass them. But when it's done to her, she can't handle it at all. She gets up and walks away, and she accused Melody of doing the very same thing. And I'm glad production was on Melody's side, showing clips to verify what I'm saying. I think they're talking about how Melody was helping Tisha back in the day, to navigate the business world, honey. She was introducing her to people, and Marceau was not at all supportive of it. Okay. Letitia, she can dish it out, but surely she cannot take it. Exactly. She's a woe is me, imposter syndrome ass victim. Okay. Another person says, Nell reminds me of an older, cuter, more seasoned Shekinah. Not tiny old best friend. The person goes on to say, I'm here for her and Fletch. I cackled when Fletch chuckled at Tisha owning 85% of a business and still got kicked out. Tisha should never admit that to anyone. Well, she likes to flex. She likes to brag. And, Marceau represents, well, I still got my man and I'm married and I know how to keep a man. And, there are some of you all that get your whole identity and self-esteem from having a man. So, child, that's what Tisha is on, honey. Another person says, if Mel had called Marceau a Mitch like how Stormy did, we wouldn't hear the last of it. Tisha would turn it into a beef, so why is she quiet now that Stormy called him a lady? Exactly. Another person says, Kiki is experiencing side effects from taking methadone. Methadone can have side effects on the stomach. Kiki got to take better care of herself. I agree. Another person says, Melody's eye-opening tea about Tisha being the 85% owner of her and Marceau's fraudulent business was interesting. Another person says, in my opinion, Mel is separating Tisha from Marceau because Tisha is separating from Marceau. Catch. It just hasn't been revealed yet. That's why she had no energy towards Stormy when she called him a woman. It was very telling in these three scenes. That one, the restaurant scene with the Fletchers, and when she randomly asked about infidelity, and when Mel said to Marceau, when Tisha leave your ass. Mel, don't speak like that unless there's some truth to it. Oh, and don't think we dumb enough to believe she got a whole apartment for renovations to a home that they've been roughing it out in already for years. Just my thoughts. That's a good point. Maybe the apartment, the little Section 8 apartment, is for her and the kids. Another person says Tisha is disrespectful, just like her mama Wanda. Another person says what's funny is I understand Stormy saying that to Tisha. I probably would eventually say it too if I were in those women's shoes. I know you shouldn't say that to a woman about her husband, but it's like calling a spade to me. I would expect some vitriol behind it, but in my mind, I need Tisha to prove me wrong. I definitely wouldn't go back and forth about it. I said what I said, and if I can say it behind your back, I can say it to your face, especially with Marceau's behavior. It's clear that Stormy is tired of it, and the way that the other ladies are discussing it as well, they are tired of Marceau too. Yeah, the cast they realize he's disrespectful to women. Okay, he is. Another person says, how does Tisha feel the money is none of their business when the entire business expo was stolen off the blueprint of the comeback group, of which Kimmy kept alive, the free labor of the participants, and the expected free benefits from selected speakers, the nerve to hijack folks for a $100 fee the day of, and from some, but not all, where did the money go? To black? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Another person says, I like Miss Nail and Chris being on the show, but I really don't want to see her get into it with one of the other ladies. Marceau really needs to stop with the nonsense, trying to belittle the other people's businesses as if he's such a great businessman. Just my opinion. Mel put that tea out there that Tisha may just be the face of the company for economic gain. Yeah, honey. Okay. Tisha was in the hot seat and didn't know how to handle it. Exactly. Told y'all she got imposter syndrome. Okay? She cannot deal with truth, honesty, and transparency and being forthright, being in your face. Okay? She cannot deal with that. She can't take constructive criticism. Everything is an attack. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody with low self-esteem or low self-worth. Okay? That's how you know. And, the fact throughout all the years she copied off Mel, that says a lot about somebody's self-esteem. Like, damn, you don't care enough about yourself to come up with your own business logos. You don't care enough about yourself to, meet new people on your own. And why did Mel have to come and do that? Because, bitch, you was lost. You was floating at the bottom. If barely, honey, okay? And Melody came to the rescue, and look at how you did her. Okay. Another person says Kiki might be menopausal. It's awful because all you do is sweat, get annoyed, and want to fight people for playing in your face. I know because I'm dealing with it too. I cracked up when Nail got Tisha together and Mel read Marceau. I said the same thing about Tiffany's baby reveal. She could have had the event on her porch with some tea and some finger sandwiches, honey. I know that's right. Another person says Nail is doing what Kimmy should have been doing, putting the youngins in their place. Someone has to hold everyone accountable, family/friends or not. Exactly. And Kimmy tries to run in there and save Tisha, and it's just not going to be helpful for Tisha's growth. It's just not. But again, in my opinion, that's where Carlos King screwed up at, allowing too many of the same family members on the show. Yep. They can triple team everyone else and no one can comfort them. Kimmy tried to tell Tisha she was wrong season 1 and had to retract all of that because all the Scots on and off the show came for her. I absolutely love Miss Nail this episode, even though Two-Face Stormy, in my opinion, called Marceau out and I enjoyed it. But as a wife, Tisha should have checked her for calling him a B. In my opinion, if it was Mel's doing, she would have been ready to fight Wanda. Yeah, she would be ready to fight. Yeah, she would have. Wanda would be out here screaming on live, ready to fight. Yep, you're right. So it's giving a little stage with these folks. Also, as soon as Tisha bucked with Stormy, she will stop the disrespect. Stormy is all talk, in my opinion, asks Destiny. Ooh. Oh, another person mentions that... Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot this. Y'all remember the one part where Tisha sat there and told Kimmy to stop being messy. Exactly. Everything is an attack. Everything is somebody being messy. And the look that Kimmy gave Tisha. If this was back before season 4, Kimmy would have dug into Tisha. But see, Kimmy and them sat there and start letting Tisha talk crazy to her since season 3. Because like Kimmy has said, that at the reunions, if they were not married to the two brothers, she would not have nothing to do with Tisha. And it took all Kimmy had and Miss Nail right there together. Girl, you just run on sentence. I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I didn't like that Tisha said that though. I didn't like that she said that to Kimmy. Stop being messy. You being messy. No, they're trying to hold you accountable and responsible for your actions. They trying to tell you what you could have did to make the Black Business Expo, because this show is about business. It's not just about drama. So when I see reviews where people are like, yeah, but they don't need to improve upon anything, they're going to do more things together. And I think it's important to air out your grievances on, what the Scots are doing with folks' money. Okay, I think it's very important. And it definitely has an impact on the show. Okay, so I don't know, honey. Oh, another person says they don't respect Tisha because she's the weakest link. I wouldn't have told them where the money went either. The people that needed to know, that was the vendors that they paid. I think they were a little jealous that Tisha had the expo. I don't think so. Ain't nobody jealous of Tisha. She's immature. She's childish. Another person says Tisha had every right to be annoyed. And based on what I'm seeing on social media, most people agree. They clearly have nothing else to talk about, and beating the poor Espo to bits and pieces is over the top. How many different conversations do we have to have about the Espo? Stormy supposedly squashed the $100 thing. Tisha and Marceau apologized for not giving Nell and Chris a personal invite. My thing is, why are you so pressed and offended by not being asked to speak? I'm like, Tish, they should have their own Espo. So what do y'all think of that, child? I'm almost done with this. Okay, so let me read just a little bit more before I get out of here. Okay, so one person says, the Fletchers are jealous. They wish they were one of the three couples representing the show. Nell is definitely a Melody ass kisser. Nell is trying so hard to make an issue with the Scots on a situation that was already discussed at dinner, but Nell and Tisha both love an audience, so Nell wants to look so cool in front of Melody and others by trying to start crap with Tisha. I agree 100% with Tisha. I would have ignored Nell too. If I didn't want to talk about the same thing over and over again. Nell is messy. She, the grandma of the group, trying to be cool and look good in front of Mel. Nell and her husband jealous, and I feel like they should be one of the faces on the intro. Oh, they feel like they should be one of the faces. I don't like Nell. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't like the Scots, but the way Stormy and Tisha reacted to Grandma Nell by not wanting to talk about it, I would have done the same thing and told her to mind her effing business and worry about her damn daycare. Ooh, child. Another person says, I watch Anthony Lofty's YouTube channel, and someone mentioned to Anthony that allegedly someone on the show is going to jail soon. Another person says Mel the Puppet Master is definitely at work this season, stirring the pot behind the scenes and hiding her hands. Let's see how long it takes for her and Miss Nell to fall out, because Melody always falls out with all her friends. Ooh, child, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why y'all think that Mel is a ish starter? No, she's not. She ain't got to start nothing. Hell, she helped to start the show. She just trying to call out Marceau. Marceau is the one that feels threatened by Melody. That's why he had to put her t-shirt business down. He had to minimize her, try to put her in lowest terms, honey, because he is threatened by a strong, beautiful woman. That's why he did not marry a strong woman. Catch. Okay, another person says the truth of the matter is without Marceau, the show would be dry. For some reason, Mel and Stormy is mixing uncouth and inappropriate comments with tearing women down. Marceau is an equal opportunity roaster. I have seen him give men the same sarcasm. I also think it's hypocritical for the women to want Marceau to respect women, but they constantly make comments about his manhood. Well, shit, he the one with the tig old bitty. So, okay, about that at 38 double D. But anyways, honey, that's all I got. I just wanted to tell y'all, honey, what the people think of the show. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.